Hi, I'm Cindy Matalucci, and you're watching The Pulse Live with Cindy. I'm here with the fabulous Tamara Ross, founder of Serving Women Who Serve the Light. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So good to see you. I love having you in San Diego.
I love being here. It's one of my favorite places.
We go way back. This little lady is a mover and shaker, entrepreneur since she was very young, 19, 20 years old, never stopped. So what I love about you is you really had that entrepreneurship ingrained in you when you were younger. You were always a hard worker.
Yeah.
So tell everybody, how did you get inspired to be an entrepreneur? And then also tell us how it led to your fabulous company.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I feel like I've always had the drive to do, to be, to grow. And so that's what makes being an entrepreneur really, really fun, is like there's always something new to create. And that's what I love. You know, sitting behind a desk and being in the corporate world, I did it, wasn't quite my cup of tea. Yeah. And so Serving Women Who Serve the Light was one of these natural creations. You know, what I love is I love being around female entrepreneurs and doing energy and spiritual work and like really bringing that into the business realm, because I feel like that's where we start to tap into more of our feminine energy and we release some of those masculine tendencies. And so I was doing a project with my guru, my spiritual master. She was coming to San Diego. We had all these people attend. And when we looked at what was the formula, like what was the thing that made it happen, it was having these phenomenal women with great energy, really out to create something else. And it was really easy. And I was like, dude, I want to be around those kinds of women, you know? And so I had this retreat center booked. I had a hotel booked, and I was like, well, let me just invite a bunch of women who are out to big things, interested in the spiritual, energetic realm, and really integrating that into their business. And let's go be with each other for 5 days and do that.
Well, and you're an intuitive coach, so you're helping these entrepreneurs tap into their highest potential.
Yes.
Which I love. I mean, who does not need that as an entrepreneur? We need the help.
Totally.
So walk us through what your company does. I mean, how do you help these entrepreneurs, these women?
So we look at 5 different elements. Excuse me. Now, they're not linear elements, so it's not like a formula. It's not like, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this. But when we look at the 5 elements, it's more about tapping into your intuition and seeing where you are in the spectrum and what's missing that you could integrate. So the first is alignment. And that's, you know, how do you align in your highest self? How do you align with source or your soul, you know, whatever you want to call it? How do you align into that? The second one is clearing. So that's clearing energetically. Sometimes you can talk about things and clear it out, but a lot of times you don't have to talk about it. It can just be energetic body work, or it can be a conversation, but with a quick energy release. The third is intuiting. So what does it mean for you to tap into your intuition to make those business decisions that you really, really want to have happen? And then what happens when you tap into your intuition is it's really easy, right? So you're not forcing something. It's not based off of like, oh, my personality, my ego thinks it should go this way. But it's more like, oh, this is what's in my fullest alignment. And then after that, creating and then trusting that it's all going to work out. So when you look and you're out to create something or you're out to do the next thing, you can look and see where are you inside of those elements and what's missing that would really make the difference.
Well, we were talking about this gut, because there's that gut instinct, which you're saying is different than intuition. Most people say, oh, go with your gut.
Yeah.
But you said there's actually a few different ways that you could be intuitive.
Yes. So my good friend who leads retreats with me, Shoshana, is a renowned psychic. She's really phenomenal. And she started this book called Everyone's Psychic. And so as she's writing and she's telling me about it, she was going through that there are all these different kinds of intuitives. So one of them is a body intuitive. So you'd have like a gut feeling. And I'm like, oh my God, I've never had that. So here she is talking about different intuitives. And I'm like, I've never had the gut feeling. I swear I had some gas or something one time. But I was like, but I'm not going to bank my whole company on that, right? So I just didn't think I was intuitive. But when she started talking about the mind intuitive, I was like, oh wait, yeah, no, that's me.
That's me.
That's totally me. I like figure everything out in my mind. I can see it kind of, the layout. I know what I should do next. And sometimes, and here's the funniest thing, with a mind intuitive, it just like pops in your head. And it's like, oh, I should name my program Serving Women Who Serve the Light. Like, that's what the name is, right? And I was like, oh, well, if somebody asked me why, I can't go back on it. I can't say, oh, my gut told me, right? It's just kind of like, oh, I knew it. So that's the challenge, is sometimes the intuition is not always like an easy explanation, but when you know what kind of intuitive you are and you start to trust it, things move really quickly and you're making decisions based on that highest self-alignment. So
Well, and you can tap into that.
anytime.
Well, and I was going to ask you for the viewers so that they could have something that maybe they could use to,
Sure.
put into their life right now and use.
Perfect.
What's a tip for them? I mean,
Yeah.
what could they do?
So here's something really easy. If you want to tap into your intuition and you want to see like what you should do next, there's the first, which is like, how do you ask the question? So a lot of people say like, is this the right guy for me? Is he the right one? Right? And it's like, all right, that's probably not the right question. Like, is he a good match for me? Is he going to forward what I'm out to accomplish in my life? That would be a better question. So you got to get the question going. That's kind of a broader question, but not so like the right one, because intuition, source energy, it doesn't read that. So that's first the question. Then the second one is when you're trying to feel the answer from your intuition, you're going to get a heavy sensation or a light sensation. Okay. So if you think about something that you really, really love, what's something you love?
Yoga,
right? So when you're done with a yoga class, you probably have this really like light sensation in your body, right? Now, if you sit in yoga and you can or you think about yoga, you could invoke that sensation.
or the child's pose is my favorite.
It's so relaxed. You just fall asleep. Totally.
Child's pose.
So then you would notice, okay, well, how does my head feel, my stomach, my arms, my shoulders, my legs? What are the sensations in my body? That's a yes.
Okay.
So now think about something that you don't love.
Stress.
Stress, politics, this particular situation, being around somebody, right? So if you have that in mind, just for a moment, you'll start to feel what's happening in your body. And I call it heavy, but it's like you'll feel different layers of discomfort in your body. That's a no, okay? So now if somebody, we'll talk about relationship for a second, or business, right? Like, is this the next right move for my business, right? Like maybe you have an opportunity. Should I work with this person? Is this person going to bring me more money? That's a good question, right?
Okay.
And then you just sense your body. Just sit still and sense your body. Your body will literally tell you if that's a yes or no for you.
That's easy.
Totally easy.
I like that.
Yeah, totally easy. And so a lot of times we just need to practice it.
And you have to practice
better.
and just kind of do it on a regular basis, consistency.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited about your event that you're having tomorrow.
Thank you.
She's hosting a fabulous workshop at Hera Hub in Sorrento Valley, redefining the modern day woman, which I love, from chaos and stress to clarity and ease.
That's it.
So talk to us a little bit about this seminar and workshop. What are you doing and what can people expect?
Yeah, so we're going to be tapping into 2 of the 5 elements. So you have to understand, when we do a 5-day retreat, we get lots of time to spend on all of these elements. When we do a 1-day event, we have to kind of just pick the most important ones, or the ones that would create the most space for you. So we're going to be tapping into clearing and clearing and intuiting. Clearing and intuiting. And so what we're going to do is teach people how to actually clear energetically what's standing in their way, and not just right now, but we're going to give them tools so they can go home and use it in their business, in their life, in their relationships, like whatever they want. And then the second is we're going to be tapping into the intuition. So people are going to find out what kind of intuitive they are, how they absorb their psychic senses, right? So some people see, hear, feel, know, right? So we're going to go over all those so people can really start to use that awareness in their business, and what it will allow is for them to tap into that feminine energy. See, because then you're just kind of like letting things happen versus like that hard masculine, make it, do it.
So you do a lot of different things. You do coaching, you do workshops, you do amazing retreats.
Yes.
Cancun. So many things happening. Where can people find out about what you do and to get involved with you?
Sure.
In your events?
mylifemydesign.com. And then there's a tab that says retreats, group programs. You can find out about all of them. The next retreat is on there in October in Cancun. Yes, we'll be spending 5 days at a luxurious resort. And then the next event here in San Diego is happening tomorrow. And so the registration's there. And we always offer lots of goodies for women who come to the 1-day events and want to do the retreats.
So then when they sign up, they get some kind of perk.
Oh, yes. So we give them lots and lots of good stuff. Yeah, because we love being with these kinds of women.
So when is the Cancun event?
So
When is-
October 6th through 10th
Okay.
will be in Cancun, Mexico, and that one's the all-inclusive. So it's a really good price. We've upgraded. My thing is that women are taken care of. So when they come, we're actually giving them the royal service, and they get like their own private butler. I know it sounds
Oh my
like
gosh.
crazy.
Hello, sign me up. I think we'll be filming that.
Yeah. You should come be in Cancun
We're
with
gonna
us.
come to
Yes.
that. Well, and I just love it because I mean, I know so many female entrepreneurs that they can't tackle their to-do list. They're so stressed out.
Yeah.
They're trying to make decisions. I mean, they really need to work with you. They need your services.
Yeah, I think so.
Your energy is amazing. I can say I've worked with her for a few years. I've known her. I always feel better after I see her. She's got amazing energy. So you guys have to sign up for the event tomorrow. I think it's $175 early bird.
Yeah.
It's from 10 to 5, Hera Hub in Sorrento Valley. Go to her website. We have the link up right now, and you can check everything that she's doing. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Love it. Come see me. Come say hi.
Well, okay. Thank you, guys.